Hey, everybody, what's up? Um, I'm super excited. Smoked a cart and like not a whole one, but um, I just listened to a freaking awesome tarot reading, and lately all of my readings, I usually, I usually the one I watch the most is Aso Tarot. She's completely awesome. And but I'll watch a different one every now and then. And one came up tonight because it was for my sign, which is Aries. I'm trying to see. Can I see? All right. Hey. Um. I'm so high. Anyway, it was talking about how like I'm about to rule the world, and I know that. I know that. Um. Like, okay, so all of this started out, well, I'm not gonna go into like, we'd be going back like a long time. I just really want to go back to last December, not last December, but the December before that. I had been like so depressed and in such bad place in my mind that I hadn't left my bedroom in like a month and a half. Like I wouldn't leave my bedroom, and I was just scared of everything. Like I can't even describe it. I mean, like anything, and like I would have anxiety attacks, and my anxiety attacks even started getting weird. Like towards the end, like I would have an anxiety attack, and I would feel these electric shocks, like, and they hurt all over my body, like especially in my legs. And I'm like, oh man, like it was the first time since I was 26 that I actually was thinking about it and making plans. And I realized that, and I was like, okay, I gotta get out of here. So the only place I had to go, I called up, I called up my oldest son's dad, who, hates me, hated me, loves me, hates me. Um, anyway, I hadn't talked to him in like 4 years. And I'm like, I just called him and I was like, can I move in? And I did, and it was I can't say it was a mistake. I mean, because I did it, and so obviously I was meant to do it. But he's he can be real mean, and then there was the fact that I wasn't in love with him. And I'm just like, oh my God, I made everything so hard. But then I got to be back with my son because he wouldn't he I don't want to get into all that, but anyway, and I stayed there from around the beginning of December 2021 to I think it was around July of 2022. I couldn't take it anymore, and freaked out. And he actually kicked me out. I still have so much stuff over there, but you know what? I've lost everything I've owned so many times. Like when it happens now, I'm just like, whatever. Um, and so I moved back to my apartment, but I didn't. I, and when I came back, it was just such a relief to be away from there that I started getting better. But what happened over there, I'm getting off track. What happened over there was, okay, so at December, and like right at the end of December, beginning of January, I often have looked up stuff like consciousness and like string theory, and just I've always had it in me to want to know what else is there. Always I've had that, and I found Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he started. He began the change, because I just everything I watched What in the Bleep like over and over and over and over, and I found him on YouTube, and I watched everything he had on there, and just watching that stuff like over, just repetitively, and just really just learning the neuroscience of it, because that's always interested me too. I mean, I can remember being in my late 20s and early 30s saying I need to rewire my brain. I knew my brain needed to be rewired, and it was so weird that that's the name of Dr. Joe Dispenza's show on, I think, Gaia. And it's excellent. You should watch it if you haven't. And so I did about like 3 or 4 months of him straight in like the Gaia channel on Amazon. And then I found Abraham Hicks, which wasn't the first time. The first time I found Abraham Hicks was in the early 2005, 6, 7, something like that. But at that time, I was a full-time Christian, which began in 2008. It's a weird story. I grew up completely unchurched, like no church. The only time I heard Jesus, it was always followed by Christ and God damn it, some fashion like that. But it didn't matter. I always believed in God for as long as I can remember. And like I said, I have memories from before I can walk. I just knew there was God. So I got saved in 2008, that the whole video in itself, and I set about to learn the Bible. Well, me being the person I am, I didn't really trust any of the versions, so I taught myself Hebrew so I could read the concordance and have a general idea. I cannot speak Hebrew. I'm from the South, and we like our vowels. We need vowels. But I could read it okay. And anyway, the total Jesus stuff lasted. I ended up being a 7-point Calvinist. But then in 2011 was when a really bad divorce started. And I'm not going to talk about that. But I guess a way for me to deal with the pain of what was going on, because I've never really been a processor of pain. I make it into, I don't do that anymore, but I would always make it into something else. And so I got really into numbers. And again, I just nosedived into the pool of gematria, and just my library, which I lost. The theology books in there. I had to. And I like to learn about all religions. I had hard copy of Tibetan Book of the. I had a lot of good books. Most of it was Reformed theology, but anyway. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm feeling silly talking so much about myself. And if I ever sound like I've got some kind of victim mentality, please let me know, because that is not my intent. Out of everything that's happened in my life, there's not one thing I would change. There's not. Even if I could change it, which I couldn't, I wouldn't change anything. And it's been hard. I got so far off track. Anyway, oh yeah, how I got into like where I'm at right now. So I got on Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is just a beautiful soul. And she, like, it's so weird. Like, you could put her and Joe Dispenza side by side and let them talk. They're both saying the same thing, except Abraham is speaking it in Abraham's words, and Joe Dispenza is speaking it in matter of fact scientific terms, and I loved that. Like, oh my God, I love that, and so she helped me a bunch, and then I just, I quit watching. I quit watching news. Period. I pretty much quit watching TV, which I've never been a huge TV person, never been a movie person. So it really wasn't a big deal, wasn't a big deal to me. And so anyway, this past year, I can say I have grown as a human being, and the changes that I have made in this past year have been more significant and just good for me and smart, and not based from programs that were running in my mind. I haven't gotten them all. There's still a couple left. Maybe they've gotten them all, because the tarot reading that just got said I'm coming from a place of healing, and I really do feel like that. And anyway, so that's how I got to be where, yeah, not even, nothing, yeah. I'm God. So are you. I'll save that for another video. Love, light, and peace, and happiness.